Yo, FitnessCityAM, what is up? You are back for another video with Datazero. This is your daily outlook prediction for stocks and crypto. This video is not financial advice, should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and do that for buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's hop into chart spec data showing you what's going on for the day and the rest of this week. Hopping into the meme stocks, stock market, and cryptocurrency, baby. You already know what it is. All right, let's go ahead and hop in and show you guys what's going on. So, first thing we're going to be looking at here is AMC, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be looking at GME as well. GME making a impressive move to the upside. This could be some hedging heading into Friday, as we're heading into Friday. Also heading into Friday, guys, you want to know Max Payne for the meme stocks. AMC Max Payne right now at time of recording. Now it could change tomorrow, but most likely will stay the same. $2.50. GME Max Payne sitting at the key price of $22.50. So again, GME Max Payne $22.50, AMC Max Payne $2.50. Let's see if they'll be able to drive us down towards Max Payne, because you know that's what market makers want. You guys can see we're down here slightly in after hours, but ladies and gentlemen, you guys can see that in my personal opinion, I don't think they're going to be able to get $2.50 on AMC. I just don't think they're going to be able to get it. Look at the MACD curling up here on the 2-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, we're already starting to get green MACD. We're breaking above the sloping support and resistance, meaning that this overall downtrend that we've been in since the peak here at 290 is over. It looks like we're going to probably pop back up and fill the gap. So if AMC is bottoming and GME starts to push up simultaneously, that's putting pressure on the shorts from all angles. GME also amazingly was able to hold the line, ladies and gentlemen. This is unbelievable. Miracles do happen, ladies and gentlemen. Miracles do happen. Look what happened here, guys. Possible double bottom formation, as you guys can see. We have a bottom number 1, bottom 2, but even more than that, we're breaking out of this macro pennant here. Even if we came back and retested it, it looks very bullish for a push to the upside. And I'm telling you right now, if we break out of this correlation right here, this is like a coiling spring. It's coiling up, coiling up, coiling up. It's consolidation. It's tightening up. And it's going to break one way or the other, either down or up. Since we're breaking to the upside, again, these pennants can break either way. That's why these are hard to trade, because unlike a bull flag, I explained it in the live stream, unlike a bull flag that has a 2 out of 3 chance to break into the upside, or a falling wedge that's 2 out of 3 chance to break into the upside, these can go either way depending on which way you break support and resistance. So since we're breaking to the upside, it's a possibility that we could get a pop. And if that is the case, then GME will start going towards this gap fill on the daily time frame, which is very, 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 very bullish. Now, also, we had a person point out and shout out to Jackie Lee and his fam, because some of his fam brought this over. ADX showing signs that this downtrend, okay, this downtrend is artificial. We also popped on the OBV today as well. OBV on the macro, ladies and gentlemen, here is absolutely insane. This is on balance volume. This is showing you how many people are actually holding. It's at all-time highs. And then if you go ahead and look at the ADX is down low, saying that this downtrend is artificial in multiple ways. Not only is the OBV saying the same thing, but the ADX is saying the same thing as well. And before we had these big pops, ADX was down low. You guys can see it here, and you guys can see it down here. Before we had these bigger pops, ADX was down low. So again, ADX saying that this downtrend is artificial, OBV saying that this downtrend is artificial, and we could get that momentum to the upside, because I explained to you guys in the other videos the reason why meme stocks can get these squeeze moves up to the upside is because of the manipulation to the downside. In fact, before we got those big pops to the upside, you guys can see that GME was at 9.95. It was at a low. Okay, and same thing before this pop, it was at 64 cents. It was at a low. So when we come down to these lows, that's when we can get pops to the upside. So I'm very excited on what we could potentially see here, especially if GME can break above and hold $23. And if it does that tomorrow, they're going to have to hedge for even more calls. I believe they hedged for $22.50, and that's what we've seen today. And that's why GME started to push up. I believe that they were hedging for the $22.50 calls. But if we break and hold $23, then they're going to have to hedge for the $23 calls as well. So this is very, very bullish, and we could see something here tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is also going to be the birthday celebration stream. Make sure you guys tune in. I'm going to be doing something unique for the family. It's going to be a unique stream as well, so make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. The birthday stream is going to be popping. It's going to be lit, so make sure you guys tune in for that. Put the bell notification on. You're going to want to be there, because there's going to be specific events that are only going down during that stream, and it's going to be a unique stream as well. And I would love to see each and every one of you just show up and celebrate the 3rd birthday with me and you guys as DZ fam. So again, we're going to be having a great stream tomorrow. Definitely want to be tuning in. It looks like we could potentially even see a Green Friday tomorrow. So that would be like icing on the cake if we could get a Green Friday tomorrow. AMC's breaking above the sloping support and resistance here. OBV on the macros showing us that these downtrends are artificial. And AMC ADX as well. If you look at AMC ADX as well, it's also showing, you know, that the downtrend is artificial here. We broke down the ADX a little bit more on stream, but it's basically a way to determine the actual strength of a trend, okay? So if a trend is powerful, then the ADX will be high, and if the trend is real, it would be high, and then if it's fake, it would be low, and it doesn't matter if it's an up or down trend. Right now we're in a downtrend, but you guys can see ADX is low. That means it's an artificial downtrend. So AMC, again, fundamentals are improving. I'm going to be doing more on-the-ground investigations as well, but we're seeing a lot of manipulation right now. At time of recording, we have 500 or 5 million short shares here. I repeat, 5 million short shares here for AMC, and then at time of recording, we have 4.7 million short shares here for GME. So again, we're seeing a lot of manipulation, but it looks like GME is actually going to recover here. It looks like we're going to break out to the upside, and things could get bullish, ladies and gentlemen. I know I was calling for some bearish downside targets, but I told you only if we lose the key level of 2250, and we were able to get back above that key level, reclaim it, and now we're looking at possibly $23, and if we break and hold that tomorrow, you're going to see some nice upside. What I'm expecting to see tomorrow based off my analysis, and I will be live giving you guys predictions as they come, but I'm expecting to hold this 2270 as support and then push up towards 2280 or maybe even 2290, which is the last point support of resistance before hitting that $23 golden level that we want to break and hold. So this is what we're looking at for GME. AMC, I think we're actually going to be able to hold as well, breaking back above 285. I told you guys that's the key level that we want to hold. We do not want to stay below 285. We want to reclaim that as support. If we do, that means two things. It means that we're bottoming, and it means that AMC is about to push back towards $3. So again, 285 is the first step to a road to pushing up, and I believe that GME and AMC could start to push up together. Again, we want to see GME start to get a little bit more momentum. That will definitely help AMC, but if they start putting pressure on the shorts from both angles, that would be best for us. So this is what we're looking at for AMC and GME. Hopefully you guys found that segment informative. Let's go ahead and move into SPY and the overall stock market, show you guys what's going on there. And then we'll show you guys what's going on in the crypto market. So SPY was able to hit my price target of 648, ladies and gentlemen, and potentially is going to go as high as 650. Why was this able to happen? Well, GDP dropped today, and it dropped out more bullish, higher than market's expectations. So that was very, very bullish. GDP dropped at 3.3. We were expecting about 3%, 3.1%. We actually grew higher than that, and that was a sharp rebound from the last contraction of 0.5%. So again, very, very bullish for us to see that movement back to the upside here for GDP. So that was able to help SPY push up. Now, what we could see tomorrow is a little bit more of, like, I'll show you guys here. We could see a pop to the upside pre-market, but we could see a little bit of consolidation before pushing up, maybe a little bit of downside. But I think ultimately we're going to be able to move up towards possibly 650 as early as this week. I told you guys it was going to be a green week. I told you guys we're going to hit 648. The next price target is going to be 650. Now, in order for that to happen, you have to see SPY break above 649.01 and hold that level. We also want to see this key level here of 648.37 held as support. But based off everything I'm seeing here, we're most likely going to push up tomorrow, and it's going to be a continuation to the upside. Now, that's not to say that SPY is going to go up forever, but I told you guys that most likely it's going to be a green week after we got all of that news with the possible rate cuts and everything else we were looking at. But things are looking good for continuation to the upside towards that 650 price target as early as this week, or maybe as late as next trading week. But it looks like it's going to be happening here soon. That's going to be a major psychological level, so we got to see how we react there. We could reject from it and then move down hard, or we could use it as support and bounce up high but 650 is going to be the next major psychological level and support and resistance that we're looking at, and my next price target here for SPY. Now, you also want to watch out for these data drops tomorrow. These are going to have to go decent in order for this to happen, okay? We have personal income month over month, personal spending month over month, and core PCE is going to be the big one, all right? So watch out for that core PCE. It's going to be happening at 8:30 a.m. If you do see a little bit of that pullback in the morning, that could give us a little bit more bearish overtone. But if you see a pop to the upside, you know it's going to be off to the races. Calls, not financial advice. So this is what we're looking at for SPY in the overall market. I do think we're going to be pushing up, in my personal opinion. You might see a little bit of volatility around that 830 level, but ultimately I think we're going to be moving up towards 649.01, using that as support, and then pushing up towards 649.50 and ultimately 650. So this is what we're looking at for SPY in the overall market. Let's go ahead and move into BTC crypto, show you guys what's going on there, and then we'll wrap up this video. So Bitcoin potentially breaking down from a micro bear flag. You guys can see we have this move down. We have this bearish consolidation, which is going to lead to another move down. We're actually breaking down and retesting it right now, which means we're going to come down and retest the key level of 109.5. Now, if Bitcoin loses 109.5, it is going to follow the fractal and it is going to dump. Okay, so there might be a BTC flush out and a crypto flush out coming. All right, I explained this in my last couple of videos, so I'm not going to break down the same thing here, but we have a double top 1, top 2. If we lose that 109.5 support, that's 109,500. If we lose that as support, we're coming down to the liquidity pocket of 102 to about 97K. Now, there's a ton of buy orders waiting there. I don't think we'd go any lower than that. Also, it's a major level of support and resistance. Also, with a fractal is showing that if we did come down there, that we would get a bounce. Now, once we get that bounce, that's when altcoin season would happen. But if Bitcoin is going to flush out, you are going to see altcoins flush with it. That's why I recently took profit on my Ethereum trade. I'm looking to get another entry back into Ethereum. Also looking to buy some Ethereum to put into my main portfolio that I'm holding for the long term. Again, me personally, I'm holding crypto for my retirement. I'm holding crypto to 2030, 2035, maybe even much longer. But I think this is going to be a very, very bullish asset in the future, especially moving down the road as it becomes more and more mainstream and mass adoption occurs. Again, we're seeing it get moved into 401ks. We're seeing BlackRock buying. We're seeing ETFs being made. We're seeing legislation being approved that's bullish. So again, mass adoption is happening, but it's going to take time. But when it does happen, these assets are going to rocket. We're still early. It's like getting into the internet stuff early, like getting into Amazon early, like getting into Apple early before all of these things really blow up. So in my personal opinion, crypto is a very, very huge opportunity. I'm looking at key coins like XLM. Cardano ADA also looks good as well. And we might not flush out, okay? Bitcoin might be able to hold the 109.5, and I could be wrong about this flush out, but I'm telling you right now, if BTC pulls back and loses that level, it's definitely going to dump. But right now, it looks like altcoins are possibly ready to recover. Again, this is more signs that altcoin season could be coming. Now, we're also seeing more signs that altcoin season could be coming because the dominances are moving in the right direction. I told you guys Bitcoin dominance would come down to like 50, 45%, and Ethereum dominance would come up to like 15 to 20%. You guys can see right now, currently at time of recording, 13.7% here on ETH dominance, and then 56.3% here on BTC dominance. The dominance is definitely moving in the right direction for a potential altcoin season, but we're not there quite yet. Now, again, key coins like Cardano ADA are looking really, really good. Cardano ADA hasn't exploded like ETH or XRP yet. It's made some decent moves, but it hasn't made a new all-time high like XRP and ETH has. So if Cardano ADA were to come up to all-time highs, that's still a 274% gain. So that's what I'm looking at as maybe a possible trade as well. I'm doing this with a small account, so I want to make sure I can get as maximum gains as possible. As you guys can see here, Ethereum recently made a new all-time high. I think 5,000 ETH is coming here. Even if we did see a flush out, I think we would see a sharp rebound back, and crypto dips are for buying. But it really looks like, you know, crypto kind of wants to recover. ETH making this higher low setup here where it could easily push back up. Again, I might buy some Ethereum here very, very soon because I am looking for a entry. So it's Ethereum looking like it could potentially start moving back towards 4.9. So it's not all doom and gloom here in the crypto market. And we could come down to 109 and hold that level of support, but I'm just preparing you guys what could happen if we did lose that key level of support. But as long as we stay above that, we're looking really, really bullish, looking really, really good. This looks like pretty much a healthy pullback and consolidation. You guys can see we're actually moving down towards fear. Even moving close to fear, you guys can see that. So be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. So if we do start moving into fear, or if crypto pulled back and dropped us into fear, that's more signs that it's going to be time to buy. So again, we're still looking very, very healthy in this bull run. I don't think this bull run is over. I think Bitcoin has made most of the moves and the gains it's going to make. And I do think Bitcoin will obviously take off later, but I think more altcoins are going to be where the gains are at heading into the later half of the cycle and the later half of this bull run, similar to what we've seen in 2021 and 2020. One here, you guys can see that Bitcoin ran up, and then we had altcoin season here and here when Bitcoin was kind of consolidating. So Bitcoin made a bunch of gains, and then altcoins made gains here and here. And we did have a little mini pullback in between that as well, but we still had altcoin season here and here. So it's looking good in my personal opinion. We do want to be aware of this like gravestone doji here on the monthly time frame, RSI being overbought. So if we did get a little bit of a pullback, it's not the end of the world. I believe crypto dips are for buying. Key coins like XRP are going to be looking good as well. If you go ahead and just quickly check out XRP. XLM also looks good as well. You want to see XRP hold $3 if possible, but if it did come down, it would come down to like 280, 270. Find support there. So that's a possible buy zone for XRP. Anything under 250 would be absolute gold on XRP if you did see that. But if you are bullish on XRP, you want to see it hold $3. Right now we have a lot of sell walls, so it looks like you could see a little bit of consolidation or pullback before we do break and finally hold $3. So this is what we're looking at for stocks in crypto. Hopefully you found this video informative. Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it to the end, thank you. Remember, check out the birthday stream tomorrow, August 29th. I will be on tomorrow. I'm going to try to get on early, so you guys can pop in if you want early. I appreciate all of you guys because I never would have made it this far without you. If you guys want to support the channel in a different way, you can check out the merch store and rock the DZ fam, rock DZ merch in real life. I'd appreciate it. But if you want to support for absolutely free, just hit the like button and subscribe. I also have a Discord as well. It's $100 for a lifetime invite. If you want to hit that up, all you have to do is hit me up on my email or Instagram. But guys, you definitely want to tune in tomorrow. I'm going to be doing some new things, and I appreciate each and every one of you. As always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. If you want to support, just share, like, and comment. See you guys.